Oh god, I still have it mute in background. I have to make sure that I keep the window focused. Okay, we got Mark Loop's Forge up against I Love Engines on his Uprising deck. Mark gonna be looking to try to win round 1, get the round 2 bleed to minimize the impact of all these Order engines over on I Love Engines' side. I Love Engines gonna try to do the opposite. If he can get round control, force the long round. Does he have an answer to Broover? Actually just can't kill a Broover. That's a bit concerning. Oh, there's a Marg. There's a Marg. Can he kill a Defender? Might be a bit of trouble for Isle of Engines to get through this Dwarf deck with this particular NR deck. You are not getting an invite. Are the bans through? You guys don't have the bans through. Muted your bans. When did you ban? Did you ban before I fixed the match? Like, do you still see them? Oh god, it mutes in the background. Oh no. Oh no. He throws away his Marg on the Pyrotech? Oh no. I think you needed this for later. Yeah, the opponent switched because it was bugged. Bans went through. Okay, cool. You should receive game invites. I've had to fix it this way before, and it worked. So, Xavier. Down. 2 engines for I Love Engines, an Arbalist, and a Bannered Student. But, no more getting established. He's trying to ping down Xavier Moran is almost always a losing battle. You're sort of just turning it into a 2-point per turn engine if you're using pings on it. So he just gets the armor back and keeps it growing anyway. Can Amphibious Assault for an engine, potentially, to try to get ahead? 14 to 33, though. So looking rough. He's still got a guard that he can play. He doesn't want to play the Justice round 1, because he wants to save it for the Fran. Where before, like, trying to lock up the rounds, just go, like, Justice into guard, play guard, would have been pretty low cost. Now it might not be. Though, realistically, as long as he has Broover plus Defender, I don't think he can lose. Here's the Ansace. So Ansace gets to take out the Xavier. That's one more of his removal tools gone. Is Gabor just safe? No, because he places it here. No, you can Boiling Oil the Volunteer. I guess no matter what, like, Bannered Student could align it, but... brutal. Hey, Adams. Can you find this deck? You can find all the decks from the tournament if you type !! tournament. And Deathblow value on the Boiling Oil. Don't see that every day. Isle of Engine spotting it immediately. Bannered Student ticks up to 4. You see the Mahakam Guard deployed. So Amphibious Assault does come down, gets the Karak Marine for 12, gets another charge on the Arbalist. Are we cashing it out? It's dealing 4. Okay. Decided it is now time to get ahead. Hubert pops out, and I think this forces the Justice. Decides to go for the Yarpen first. Gets an extra point on the guard off the Justice. But, can't imagine I Love Engines is just letting him out. Carrack Marine comes down. Boosts up the Marg to potentially set up committing leader. But here's Justice. Pull out the last Mahakam Guard for full value. War gets bigger. 14-point gap. No card in Isle of Vengeance hands take it by itself, but combined with leader, you could potentially do it. Don't know how sad Mark would be losing uneven with I Love committing full leader, though. Like Scytheman plus Gerhardt do it. He was thinking about taking in two. Like, pretty sure this is the pass for Mark Loops, no matter what happens here. He doesn't really want to play Zoltan's Company. Oh no. Yeah, unfortunate. Does commit the leader. Okay. Mark does decide that is enough. Takes the loss on even, but getting Uprising leader out's a big deal. If we do just go to round 3 is not even going to be that long. 6 versus 7. There's the Brewer, Call the Forest, and Zoltan. Finds it all. Defender picked up for Isle of Engines. I don't think that does anything, right? This Dwarf deck just does not care about the opponent's side of the board. Now, I think Isle of Vengeance has to bleed the Brewer. As weird as that sounds. Let's see if he goes for it. Yeah, there's Defender. Now, if you just play Brewer, you are ahead. Goes for the Zoltan first. Gerhardt and chill. So next turn, the roll is between 5 things. There's an Alzur's Thunder, an Artifact Compression, a Casting Contest, Will-O-the-Wisp,
History lies buried here.
Istrid for 1. You could put the Amphibious Assault back so we can play another card, but now he's going in for the 2-0. At 6 you have Runeword and Stammelford's Tremors. So Tremors could remove all the armor, but isn't playing for any value by itself. You're probably just like forcing his leader. Tremors is like sub 4 points. Tremors isn't great, but I mean, Runeword's not either. You're looking for what, like Bannered Student? Okay, so Call the Forest. I guess you like Call the Forest for Francesca, and then Leader, since Fran's not doing anything anymore. Is Barclay enough by itself? I didn't do the math. What is it? He gets the Barclay. So 5-11? Yeah, okay. So he gets to save his leader. It's a little better. Fran is still just bricked, though. Short round 3, even cards, up a leader. Has a Zoltan in play. Picks up a Nero for, I guess, Defender. Try to brick damage. There's Fran. Oh, Varaxis. Johnny Varaxis is a win. I guess there is a 4 damage Bannered Student and I guess 4 damage Bannered Student Carrack Marine. I could see that maybe have won. I guess you just get Marine since the 3 armor on the Defender. But yeah, this hand I don't think does it.
We will not delay the coronation. The sooner the better.
I played it a bit last night. I don't know if the Fran's better than the other options, but it does give you like another big play you can make. And it's not the easiest thing to remove with the Veil. Fran's worse than an Elder Bear? Nah, Fran has Veil. Fran trades even with Heat Wave too. In a deck that's already kind of overloading the opponent's Heat Waves. It's rarely just gonna die to damage. Fran's 1 point better than Elder Bear. Yeah, and harder to remove. That's the important part when we're talking about effects like that. Yeah, should I swap the result? I got it. Lots of internet trouble tonight. There you go. Oh, I didn't fix my audio. Whoops. Loves Engines goes for the short round. Well, he kinda had to. The Brewer was just gonna beat him.
Any last words?
Okay, I Love Engines trying this NR deck one more time. Mark looped bringing his Koshjay Devo deck. As the round 1 Koshjay. How aggressive does he want to be with these molds? He does kick the ghoul. Hopefully doesn't find the other rider. Picks up a Gankane. So got some Crones. Got his Witch's Apprentice. Bannered Student lead. Wait, what's going on?
We shall conquer this world as we have conquered countless others.
Bannered Student met with the Conk.
No audiences.
Okay, Shiuno is busted and Mark can't lose. Yeah, I definitely think the deck is better without Shihunos. I think just about any deck you can build is going to be better without Shihunos, but the way that Koshjay like still looks kind of good when you have a Shihunos in the deck is sort of scary. Stop trashing Shihunos. It's just so easy. Get better value with Ratcatcherus on average. I mean, yeah. Double down so much on hating a card. Is it doubling down? My opinion hasn't really changed. I guess like as I've played against it, the card looked embarrassing enough times that my opinion might have gotten a little bit lower than it already was, but usually when I start thinking a card is bad, it just like stops seeing play and becomes irrelevant. Rather than like me continuing to get examples of why the card looks bad.
A witch's best friend is a pig, no doubt.
If Shiunos was like a 6 for 10, it's way better. Like, not trading down the Heat Wave is a huge deal. It still gets answered by a lot of silly stuff, but like, trading down the Heat Wave is just so miserable. Doesn't feel as bad playing a 13 prop card that, like, you have to tutor for, otherwise you just have, like, a bad card in your deck later on. But, like, at the lower stat line, you're also, like, not resiliencing self, right? That's less exciting in that regard.
I demand satisfaction! Now!
The city is ravaged by rot.
Sace takes out the Apprentice. Dandelion continues to develop carryover. Been impressed by Gankane. I was impressed with Gankane on patch day, and then I started playing with it more and realized how clunky it was. I don't know. Like, the card's definitely good, but the Relic's pocket is definitely not free. Get Crone and Piggy in play? Yeah. Next release of cards will feel a lot better. Yeah, it's definitely a card that gets better the more playable relics there are. Played Ratcatcher. I was playing Ratcatcheress, Crone's, Witch's Apprentice, Gankane. And I found myself mulliganing Gankane a lot. Or like not being able to play it in round 1 because one of my relics died. Yeah, I'm glad they're finally taking risks with archetype cards and like letting them be a little more powerful than just generic shit. Would maybe argue that Syndicate Devotion's too easy for how good Horson is, but that's another thing entirely. That's more to do with just like Devotion Syndicate not being much of a cost. Into the long round we go. What's gonna be going on here? We've got a Bannard Student with 5 on it that can be rezzed. There's a Karak Marine. We can find the Shawnee. Should need a cut up's pocket. I think it not being live on like turn 1 of the round just makes it kind of bad. Like a big part of what makes Horson so scary is how easy it is to just jam. Hold bouncers. I mean, until your opponent just deals 4 damage to break up your pocket because they know you're trying to play a Horson. Rothan's Emissary breaks up the pocket. Well, there's a bunch of larvas. No Corinthia, but in the long round, that's probably fine. Oh, I Love Engines is missing the Shawnee. Maybe. Maybe he's missing the Shawnee. It's not over till it's over.
We didn't come here to build sandcastles.
Surprised to see this defender unranged. If you melee it, then when you melee the Shawnee, you're protecting your Bannard Student from damage Crone. 8. You don't even need 8. Just 6. Roche is playing the other 2. Amphibious Assault's playing another one. Just AA for a lock. Like you want to let him have 2 points per turn. Guess with the Veraxis first. Okay. Oh, it is Veil. Okay. So the Soldier's not bleeding anything this turn, so this is just a free turn off. Damage Crone up to 6. Now this deck can't actually take advantage of these consumes at all, right? Brewers is just the bad Crone here, unlike in the Gurney deck where you can consume fruits at least. Free space. That's true. That's true. It would probably matter a lot more if you had the Corinthia. Maybe Naglfar is the Corinthia. I don't know. We will see. I suspect even with the 2 consumes, it might be a little too much to want to go for the Corinthia. You've got Oberon as well. Consume Noonwraith for funny wins in long rounds? Yeah. Yeah. So the Shawnee has been found. There's the Roche. Picks up 2 bronzes. So misses the Gerhardt. He's not stacking a row for the Koshie. Yeah. Let's see what he does here. Yigrin versus Corinthier. Does decide he's got the row space for the Corinthier. I haven't done the math. Maybe he's fine. One, two, three, 4 damage. One short of being able to take out the Koshje. Unless you... Ugh. Yeah, it looks like this Elder is just gonna run free. This is the Shani turn, right? No? The AA turn? Are we locking? We're locking.
Gladly help if I live to see it.
Now you certainly have row space. Worth using leader that turn for guaranteed Kosh. Usually not, because you can just use it with your leader on the one from hand to get that proc. I guess in this case, since you have the Oberon and the Oberon Thrive trigger, you might want to, because now this Oberon doesn't trigger Thrive on the 4. Ooh, okay. Goes for Varax is on the Marg to shut down.
7 limbs, blood, and guts.
Wait, is there no? There's no student in the graveyard?
Fuck's sake, I'm sick of these chores.
Why did I think there was a student in the graveyard? Oh, Azrael ate it. Oh. Okay. Okay, the Ranger Defender makes a whole lot more sense now. Can bruiser away this thingy. Oh god, this brick Scytheman too. Wait, no! That, no, really? Let you get more damage crone value. But how this gets to damage? It's gonna matter? Probably not. Hey, Linde. Gets value on all of these Scythemen now. Okay, damage crone kills that. Elder continues to bleed. Last leader charge. Gets a Scytheman. Plays the Royal Guard for formation value. Backwards sequencing there, right? We would want a Royal Guard first. But I don't think it matters. This Ghoul comes down, triggers all the Thrives. How many points was this Elder? All of them. We got 12, 13, 14, 19. Looking like Mark's got plenty of points. I missed a point on the Varaxis as well. Tortoise is here, and we are in the finals. Game number 1, Gagarin versus Wyham. We got Pincer Maneuver Royal Guards up against Reckless Flurry. Can the Witchers beat the Guards? The Royal Guard deck looked pretty good last series. Even in the game that it lost, it was able to win round 1. Now, it didn't have enough left over to beat a Siege in round 3, but it managed to beat a round 1 full test. Both Royal Guards, or both Dunbanners in hand, probably not very happy about that. They're going to be predictions. It looks like there's a prediction up. Dunbanner gets kicked for reinforcements. So no full test, no Royal Guard in hand. This deck can't kill a full test, right? If it goes like full test Crystal Skull, it's just sticking around. I don't know, there's a Vanilla Garl if you leader it, or if you TA it. But if you don't TA it, then it doesn't die. And if he tries to damage it, then you can TA it. I guess Flurry into Junod does it? Okay. There might not be a good way to to stick a full test. Wahim leads on the Ronvid. Gagger ridden with the raiding fleet to pull out the boat. Engine established. Wahim with a bit of a weird hand. Might be seeing a leader charge here to try to fix things. Get access to a Royal Guard. Looks like he's mousing over his leader. It's between that and what's the other option, like the Talus AA. To play a Royal Guard and then go like Megascope Iteran. Dawn Banner TA. Dawn Banner TA looks to be the option that he's going for. Pulls that second Dawn Banner. Potentially gonna see the full test next turn, but playing full test into this boat, not ideal. He did put it ranged. If he's putting it ranged, that probably means that he is not going for the full test. He'd want to have the most row space available. I'll go running with the Megascope on the boat. In a couple turns, he's gonna get another one of those. It's cool that it's only one turn delayed on the boat. You only miss out on one ping. It's kind of cool. Something I'm just now realizing. On most end of turn engines, you're missing out on 2 turns of ticks. Or like order engines, same thing. But because the long ship ticks on the opponent's turn, you're only missing out on this one turn before you get the long ship. It's kind of good. Want him still with a pretty awkward hand. If he's going to go to Talus into AA, he's going to want to do it now before that other boat comes out and taxes him even further on playing units. He might just be trying to find 3 cards to play before he gets out. Goes for a Megascope. That's kind of scary. That doesn't seem very affordable. Let's see if Gagarinen's going to punish this. Gagarin effectively with 8 points in play. Wahim effectively with 16. So Gagarinen's got to play a 9. No, an 8. As the bleed tick is happening on the Ronvid as well. I don't think he's going to do it. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the maxi. Okay. Oh, leader charge to stay ahead. Okay, that works. That works. Wahim stays trapped. Now what? The Megascope's in the back too, so now you really don't want to try to tutor a full test? Plus, like, it's obviously not living. Maybe you just pass here. You're under 2 boats. You're sort of just making it worse for yourself. It's just such a sad hand. It's one of the reasons this deck plays Pincer Maneuvers, because the deck kind of just falls apart when it doesn't have a Royal Guard in hand. Decides to get the Donomir here. Is this gonna be both leader charges? It's just hoping the Donomir keeps him ahead. Just something that he can play into the boats. Let's get another leader charge. That's pretty good. Junod coming down to finish it off. I don't know. Leader charge and your defender for Junod plus a charge. There's the Natalis getting taxed by the boats. And there's a guard. So they're gonna have something in the graveyard. Armor up plus stunning blow is gonna finish it off.
What happened?
The Vesemir's live. Man, one of these megascopes was much better than the other. How do I remove the music? In OBS. I just have my audio track set. And the audio doesn't get recorded to the VOD, or it gets recorded on a separate track, which gets edited out. It's the same thing in the Twitch VODs. I just don't have the music go into the Twitch VOD. If you're using Streamlabs OBS, I don't think you can do it, but you can do it in regular OBS. One of the many reasons to not use Streamlabs OBS.
We want to see the other beast.
Can't do it in slot. Yeah, it's missing so many features. I can't believe people use slobs. It's just worse software. If you want to do anything advanced, it's missing like all of the OBS features in the last 2 years. Confused how the Centurion Guard deck is being played. It's just missing too much. Like, his hand wasn't there. And then he tried to get out, played the Megascope, didn't have the tempo, got overtaken. Like, he was planning on passing on 7 because he had a bad hand, and then he was not able to because Gagarin had committed the leader charge and smelled weakness.
Protect the queen. What brings you here?
Okay. Establish carryover and get ahead at the same time. Not bad, not bad. Grid read the situation really well. I mean, yeah, his opponent just played a 3-point Megascope. I don't know. But yeah, realizing that if my opponent is playing a 3-point Megascope, something is probably not going well over there, and I should try to jump on that. Brutal quality disparity too. Quen versus a dead operator. I think one of his Royal Guards is on the bottom, and he doesn't have any leader charges to find them. There's still a vanilla Carol too. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, just kicking the Adalia, kicking the operator. Yeah. So there's one playable.
None of you enter here.
Blood alone can my mate's honor unbesmirch.
Imagine this Ronvid gets killed. Wouldn't that be crazy? It never happens, but imagine.
Sound the alarm.
For me, Bilberry's honor. All that dancing around. It's not for me.
Oh no! Poor Wahim. One point and 2 cards. Not what you want to see. Hopefully he draws better next time. That was a rough round 1 hand. And a rough round 2 hands. But yeah, Gagarin easily taking that first game. Gets his Skellige deck through. Now he's got to find a win with Pirate's Cove. Nah, best of 3. While we're waiting here, we can take a look at... That is the wrong scene again. I should just delete that other one. I don't know why I still have it. Oh, never mind. Here we are. Expensive tortoise as a pet? It's pretty cheap. Doesn't eat very much.
I'm all ears.
Hey, glad you had fun. Okay, so we're gonna see the Getty deck come out first. Getty Crows up against Pirates Cove Bounty. Using the new Witchfinder Gold in order to play some Witch Hunter Executioners in the bronzes. Notably not even bothering with Graydon. Just saying, Witchfinder with Executioners is enough value. Doesn't take a whole lot. How old is he? He's around 20.
I'm gonna lose your teeth too.
Has access to all of his thinning as well. Tears of Siren on being live on turn 1 thanks to the casino bouncers. Agarin probably just gonna keep playing his thinning.
Longships are overrated.
How does he pull his boat here? This puts him to 7, and I guess this puts him to 9 if he wants to play the Executioner. And that gets him up to boat. Back over to Wahim. He's unfortunately missing his Crow Messengers. He has not had the best draws with his operator decks, and there's no Pincer Maneuver leader this time to even attempt to stitch it together. What is this? Bride of the Sea?
Lady of the Sea.
Ugh.
Accept my sacrifice.
Keeps right in the melee row to try to kill off the casino bouncers. What is Operator doing in Wahim's deck? He's trying to spam Crow Messengers. He's playing Megascopes for Crows. He's playing Muzzle to yoink the Crow back. And then the idea is you res the Crows in rounds 2 and 3. And have giant carryover plays. Unfortunately, sometimes you don't draw the combo and it all kind of comes crumbling down. Ah, that's why we double range melee. So we can play a Druid. Like with Royal Guards. Yeah, especially like the MOBA versions of Royal Guards. Like he's playing the more conservative version of the Royal Guard deck, but his hand was just somehow unplayable even with 1 leader charge.
Sometimes they're quite fresh.
It is not usual. Usually you can stitch something together. Leader charge, bounty effect. So threatening the Executioner next turn. If he clicks the Jackal to not overprofit, he doesn't pull boat. There's a boat, right? Yeah. You can also just like click Jackal, play his Tech Trafficker to get to 9. It's not unreasonable. Just Executioner a turn later.
I can help you if you wish.
Army and Crow's Eye to remove the bounty. It's not terrible. Crow's Eye later could remove a poison, but removing the bounty keeps you competitive in the round. Sort of. Okay, so goes for the Kurt. Not focusing on pulling the boat here. I suspect we're gonna see Executioner overprofit by 1. Just so that he spends 4 and stays on 9. Neuromancy Crow Mother. Yeah. Well, him winning round 1 would be huge, because then he gets to set up his crows for round 3, and even if it goes a card down, the crow finisher is probably winning like a 3v4. He didn't go for the overprofit line, so boat's still gonna be in deck. I'm gonna watch E3. No. I might see some highlights, but I don't really have much interest in E3. I don't really think about games before they come out. What are you thinking about? Freya for the druid, sure. He only needs 1 Freya to pull off the crows in round 3. So it takes that, gets ahead. Uses leader to kill the executioner. Whoa, that's aggressive. I don't like that. Gagarin just pulls boat. I get wanting to win round 1. That seems like a bit much though. Okay, well, we're committing to it.
To be sacrificed to the goddess.
Now that there's no executioner in play, this can stick. Or at least you're expecting it to stick more. Spend, spend, spend. Bank. Witchfinder's not doing a whole lot. Witchfinder's sort of just playing pretend. Don't have any way to cash out on the bounty. Professor. Let's do the 4.
Fear's already besmirched your breeches.
20-point gap. Rain's gonna tick for 5. After it gets transformed by Fulmar. Can he even do this? He has to play all his cards. Yeah, like Gagarin is committed to passing too. He full spent on the Jackal. So Giga Scorpion and Operator have to be played here. That's gonna kill the Crow combo. There is still a Getty. Maybe there's hope for like Getty Preacher round 3. It's 2 cards down. I don't know. This is rough. This is real rough. That Megascope's not what you want. And Squirrel's not really what you want either. Okay, 6v7. Opponent's got the Poison Brothers. This hand is disgusting. Yeah, this is the finals. Yeah, the murder has been murdered. He still has not drawn a Crow Messenger. This is sad. Yeah, I mean, if there's carryover, it's a completely different game, right? Like, if this deck's actually doing what it's trying to do. But he just didn't have the stuff that he's looking for in round 1. So that kind of fell apart. He tried to do his best to get round control and maybe combo off in round 2, but, I mean, we see with the draws, he wouldn't have had the combo in round 2 either. Hey! First Crow Messenger of the game.
These woods for good. Got it.
It is a pretty one-sided finals. Just the combo-y decks bricked twice.
One who is blind can yet see.
This tech never. Why come this is pounded sugar?
I mean... There's a Witchfinder coming down next turn. Ugh.
Man is an arrogant creature.
These things are gonna be boosted. Can you get up to 8 coins? Yeah, trivially. Yeah. Can't play the Freya as much as you'd want to. I guess you can... Okay, you can go Crowclan Druid and Marjo the Preacher, because there's no Graydon. No!
Evil's not going anywhere.
Poison, though. Yeah, I guess it just doesn't matter. I don't know, you gotta do something to shut down the bounty chain. I guess now the Crow Mother gets poisoned.
Ring won't come off. Just take the whole finger.
Like, the way it plays out, it doesn't matter. He does have the poison.
See me smiling. I'm dead serious.
Just sits on it. Wait, really? Don't even bother getting a new bounty. You could, like, crack one of the coins to kill the Crow Mother and still pull boat. Whatever. Yeah, it's just brutal. Just brutal.
Strong and immune.
Bow before modern Freya.
Thank you.
Was that the only res target?
A kind heart, friend. Or a good sign.
The only bronze in his unit doomed before. Yeah, that was not a close game. Not a very close finals. Good memes never win. That's not true. There have been some pretty spicy meme decks that have won the weekly. But did not work out that time.